He was 17 years old, was shepherding the flock with his brothers, and the lad was with the sons of Bilhah and Zilpah, his father's secondary wife. And Joseph brought to his father a bad report to them. You know the story of Joseph, the little 17-year-old boy who really should not be and have this position or be having these dreams, because number one, there are brothers that are older than he is. And so if anything should happen, it should come to them first, and then perchance it will come down to him. You know, in the royal family, you can only become king if the person that is above you dies. And if you're the youngest one, it means that you got to start praying for everybody that stands before you to die, so you can step into step into the throne. But God doesn't work that way. He looked at all of them along the line that were ahead of him. They were likely to rule. They were the ones who were likely to lead and go before. But there was something that separated him from all his brothers, because he was the unlikely one. He was the youngest among them. And so they disqualified him as the unlikely one. God chose him. But you know what happened? Even though God had chosen him, it wasn't just smooth sailing, because he ended up in a pit. God chose you and you're still in the pit? Yes. It's a part of the process. God chose you and you're in jail? Yes. It's a part of your process. God chose you and you still don't have money in your pocket? Yes, it's a part of your process. God chose you and there's still no money in the bank? Yes, it's a part of your process. God chose you but sickness still bothers your body? Don't disqualify yourself based on what you're going through, because there's an undercurrent called destiny that is working for you. And if you stay there long enough, God will ensure that while you're in process, even if it takes you in the pit, even if it takes your brothers betraying you, that undercurrent called destiny will bring you into the purposes of God as the unlikely one. And later in life, Joseph came back, and the same ones that sold him into slavery, he fed them. The same ones that wanted to kill his vision, he gave them clothes to wear. The same ones that took away his clothes and killed the animal and put blood on it to convince the father that he was dead, he now turns around and puts clothes on their back and loads their animals with enough stuff for them to take back home, so that not only their lives would be saved, but their families would be saved. And so as the unlikely one, you may be rejected now, but the undercurrent called destiny will bring you to the place where you'll be able to feed those that took food from you, to clothe those that took clothes off of your back, to bless those that curse you, to pray for those that would have persecuted you, because there's an undercurrent that makes the difference in your life. I'm the unlikely one, but God favors me. Do you hear me, somebody? But somebody take a minute and throw your hands in the air. Just take a minute. You know exactly where you are at. You know exactly how unlikely it is. And there might even be persons with deadlines in their lives, and it looks unlikely that any breakthrough is going to come. But I say to you today that there's an undercurrent that is working for you that you do not yet see. And so don't you dare move. Don't you dare step out of line, because there's an undercurrent that is working for you, as unlikely as your situation seems. Somebody worship him. Somebody worship him. Somebody thank him because he favored you. Thank him because he chose you. As messed up as we are at times, consider the fact that he looks at all your imperfections and still has chosen you. He looks at the times that we would have walked in presumption and still chose us. He looks at the times I'm the unlikely one. But there's an undercurrent that is working on my behalf. I don't see it. I can't perceive where it will take me. But I can trust it because I can trust Him. And some of you have self-esteem problems because you've been rejected by your own parents, and your own mommy and your daddy rejected you, and you still feel the hurts in you. But understand that there's an undercurrent that is working in your life to carry you through your hurts. In the spirit realm, we cause there to be an aligning in the hearts and lives of people who have been rejected. Somebody feel the embrace of your heavenly Father. So your mommy wasn't there for you, but God was there for you. You're the unlikely one. So your daddy didn't mind you, but God was there for you. You're the unlikely one. So the father of your children